Secrets hidden in plain sight. Powers that move the world in the shadows. Questions no one dares to answer. Step beyond the Matrix. Subscribe.
When did mosquitoes start looking like this, bruh? Look at this shit. This joint look like something off a sci-fi movie. That joint look like an animatronic. Tell me I'm tripping. Y'all ever seen a mosquito looking like this? Look at the legs, bruh. That joint look like the little joint at the car wash. The little spin brush. That joint look souped up. That joint look like it got an upgrade. That joint purple, blue, black. Look at the damn antlers. And then the fact that this man letting it suck his blood is crazy to me. You don't know what this joint got. You don't know where this joint came from. If that joint landed on me, I'm instantly taking off my shirt, boy. That joint coming smooth off. I'm telling you. It just got you thinking like, this shit ain't normal, fool. It ain't normal to my eyes. If it's normal to your eyes, let me know if you've seen it before. It's just like the tick situation. How many ticks I've been seeing? That shit ain't normal to my eyes.
Breaking news. China is also doing space things. Here's the space ball, and they even added a little light bulb on the top of it for, to add to like the aura of it. Seems legit. So China is doing the same thing, exploring space. And much like that Michelle, or whatever her last name was, the main girl there, astronaut, this guy is going to need rehab. He's going to be in that machine. He's going to be, remember, she was holding the weight, going back and forth after reacclimatizing to Earth's gravity. Don't ask Nikola Tesla about gravity, by the way. He wasn't a fan of the theory. He believed it was more about electromagnetism, buoyancy, and density, and that those were the laws that governed our world, not gravity. But you know what gravity helps with? The only time in this world, in this realm, that we can see centrifugal forces not working is the notion that we're on a spinning ball and that water is sticking to it and that we are all sticking to a spinning ball. Whereas in the real world, if you put anything and centrifugal force it, spin it, things are flying outward and away from it. The only time that doesn't happen is on this spinning ball. So is that why they are so heavily discussing gravity and saying everything's all about gravity? Now, I can tell you this, there's a lot of deception going on in the world today. Notably, if you thought the files were crazy, wait until you hear what they're doing to the food, air, and water supply. And if you think it's important to decalcify your pineal gland and detox the crazy chemicals, BPA, microplastics, and pesticides from your system, right now, Chalk is giving away free $100 bags of organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia, the Chalk Lit Powder, which is super detoxifying and delicious. And if you combine that with the hot water purified Shilajit, you're getting some of the most powerful adaptogens in the natural world. Comment the word free below and check your DMs for details.
Well, it's always in the movies, if you think about it. I mean, what's that movie about the AI judge? I feel like
Mercy.
Yeah.
Mercy. Yeah, that was a movie about to where essentially they have an AI system called Mercy to where you commit a crime within 24 hours. They'll put you in front of an AI judge and you have to prove your innocence to AI.
Can you see that happening?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, 100%. Because people, they worship the computer. And here's the thing, the computer is stealing from you. It's all your thoughts and dreams. You train the algorithm. You made it work. It's
Bingo.
you. It's a plagiarist. That's all it is. But people are like, oh no, we must have ChatGPT. We must build an infinite data center and take everyone's water. And they say that we humans are bad and toxic and evil because we're carbon-based life forms, because we produce all these greenhouse gases that supposedly warm up the planet, even though we're in a cooling period. We won't even talk about that. But we will build data centers that require twice the power of all humans currently on Earth because we must do it. And the people building the data centers, they fly around the private jet. So like, make it make sense. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
And they want 500 million people or less. And then they're going to rule over that population with robots. And they're going to be like, you ever seen One Piece?
Yep.
Okay. So I just started watching One Piece recently. Okay. And growing up, like conspiracy realm, I mean, these people, there's the celestial dragons. Like that's what they want to be.
Right.
That's literally what it is. Like people that are able to live in a realm where they cannot be literally touched. To people like, we're all untouchables now.
Sound familiar?
Very.
Hello?
Right.
Very.
It's happening.
Right. That they're gods. Like that's what transhumanism is.
Right.
That they want to ascend like even more.
Do you think that we are slowly inching towards transhumanism?
That's the goal of people like Peter Thiel. That's what they like. There's a guy that apparently wants to download his brain into a computer.
Speaking of Peter Thiel, Palantir. You guys know what Palantir is, right? right? You know it's named after the thing that's
Lord of
in
the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Oh no shit.
Yeah,
The orb.
the all-seeing orb.
Yes.
That's the name is called Palantir.
It's the machine, or it's not the machine, but it's the mystical ball.
It's
Saruman?
controlled by Sauron. Saruman uses it to communicate with Sauron.
There you go.
yes.
It's always in
and
the
they
movies.
use it to spy on everybody. A
That-
Palantir
Come
is
on!
It's always in
right.
the movies.
Oh my
It's called
God.
Palantir.
Well,
That's my point.
A Palantir is a dangerous tool, Saruman. You never know who may be watching. It's the quote from the movie. I'm not smart enough to remember the quote from the book, but I read those when I was younger.
No, good shit.
And I just find it weird that Peter Thiel is an anagram for the reptile.
Oh, Peter Thiel.
I can't get behind it, but I understand where you're coming from. And it's more reasonable to think these people are all lizards than to think that they're benevolent.
No.
So,
I got you. Peter Thiel, you know he's obsessed with the Antichrist.
yeah, he does a lecture about himself. You know, he
Yes.
goes around.
Yeah.
Oh no way.
Yeah, he's obsessed with this shit. Like, he's focused on it, though. Like, laser focused
See,
on
that's
this
what I
shit.
mean, though. So, like, if they're so blatant with it to where they have these technologies, they want to bring about the Antichrist through
Right.
AI, through these entities or these technologies that they have, why is he so open about it?
They're eating babies.
Right.
I'll go back to the Epstein files.
Sure.
They're eating babies.
Well,
I just found out something crazy about Wi-Fi and all these other different frequency bands, and it is shocking. Did you know that mold, which is in like 90% of people's homes, bathrooms, any other moist areas, basements, the growth and toxicity of mold is increased by electromagnetic frequencies like Wi-Fi. So if you didn't know, mold is one of the, especially black mold, and there's green mold too, are some of the most toxic things that people are exposed to in their homes. And indoor air quality can be like 1,000 times worse than outdoor air quality, even if you're living in a big city with lots of vehicles and freaking dryer vents pumping out those synthetic fragrances, etc. But so now it's a perfect toxic concoction because Wi-Fi increases the mold growth and can actually be strengthened by it. The production of biotoxins in mold culture increased more than 600 times after being exposed to ambient electromagnetic EMF frequencies. And this guy says, is this good or bad? Interesting that Wi-Fi, which many people are wondering if there are any potential hazards with concerning the human body and electromagnetic field, combined with mold, which is also toxic, it's a perfect concoction. This is why it's so important to be detoxing and rejuvenating your system with clinically studied ingredients. When you start taking a clinically studied superfood like the purified shilajit, you can expect a massive boost in detoxification, healthy hormone optimization, increases in fertility, and it stimulates the production of new brain cells. Also, we're giving away free $100 bags of the heirloom chocolate powder with qualifying purchases. Comment lit below and I'll send you a DM on how to get it.
Somatics is the study of sounds and vibrations and how sounds and vibrations can create patterns in sacred geometry and structures. So it's like that one experiment where they put sand on a piece of paper and then they play a loud sound or they play some vibrations, and then on the piece of paper it starts to make sacred geometry. Yeah. I was thinking about that, and then I was like, but aren't Fibonacci spirals also a part of the sacred geometry? So technically, is the universe not formed by sounds and vibrations? Like, even though in space, obviously it's not audible because it's a vacuum. So you can't hear the sounds, but are the vibrations from the sound forming the universe? Because the Fibonacci spiral is found in galaxies. And if the Fibonacci spiral is sacred geometry, then I'm led to believe that it was caused by vibrations. Now we know that atoms are vibrating, just very rapidly or very slowly and apart or closely, whatever, but they're vibrating. So now I'm quite literally thinking that the universe was formed by sound and vibrations somehow, like that played a part in the forming of the universe, because otherwise how would we have the Fibonacci sequence in the spirals of galaxies and plants and other biological life, physical things? I just think it's interesting. I think it's all connected. I think I'm connecting some dots here. Yeah.
Well, what do you know? It turns out that President Trump is related to the royal family. Specifically, King Charles, which means he's also related to his brother, Prince Andrew. You know, the guy that was recently arrested for his crimes with Epstein. Anyways, it turns out they're both related to this guy, King James II of Scotland. Through generations of Mackays and MacLeods, the line comes down to Mary MacLeod of Lewis, who immigrated to the USA in 1930 when she married property developer Fred Trump and then had her son, Donald, making Trump distant cousins with the king and the prince. President Trump has really had nothing but nice things to say about the royal family and King Charles. He's a great guy and he's grown so much in the last 10 years. We always say that it's just one big club and we're not in it, but it's looking more and more like it's just one big family. Coincidence or something else? As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
We have all the power. When are we going to walk in that truth? Check this out.
What they're terrified of is saying this is going to happen. We've had a discussion and enough of the population say, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Because we shouldn't need reminding of it. But what that does is remind people of a simple fact where the power really is. And so when people in enough numbers say we're not doing it, and therefore it can't happen because it's unenforceable, people go, they don't have power, do they? We have it, yes. The power that authority imposes upon us is simply the power we've given to the authority in the form of acquiescence.
So I looked at the definition of acquiescence, like David Icke says. Acquiescence means quietly agreeing to something or going along with it without protest, even if you don't fully like it. Simple way to think about it. You don't argue, you don't fight it, you just accept it. And for example, your boss asks you to stay late. You don't really want to, but you say okay anyway. That's acquiescence. Without acquiescence, they have no power. If we keep going along with the world that they gave us, then we're going to continue living in this evil, sick, twisted world. They've already exposed everything to us and we're still going along with it like nothing is happening. We have to come together and start rebelling. Yeah, they're going to call it illegal, but that's how you get to freedom. This is how slaves got free. We need to stand together. The whole population has the power. You see, we're on the bottom here, but none of this works without us. So the moment we stop playing their game, it crumbles. Anyways, the full interview is on YouTube now. David Icke, The Renegade Mind Beyond Conformity. I highly suggest you guys watch this. David Icke has been speaking the truth. He's ahead of the time, and we need to start taking heed to everything he's saying because we could be applying this right now. It's time to be free, people. Let's go.
So that latest tweet, it was on Truth Social and whatnot, and then made its way to X. He called everybody third-rate podcasters.
Yeah, low IQ.
Low IQ.
Bankrupt Alex Jones.
So what happened to fake news? What happened to how do you just 180 like that?
Well, that's what MIGA is Mark Levin is now MAGA instead of Alex Jones. You know, Jesse Waters is now MAGA instead of Tucker. That's what it all is switching up.
Yeah, who he's denouncing now. You have Candace Owens denouncing Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson.
Sure.
It's all these people that's getting denounced. It's complete 180. And I find it interesting because what just happened with Paramount? Paramount consolidated. They bought...
Yeah, Larry Ellison.
Right.
Yeah.
I find that interesting because who owns CNN? The fake CNN news. So I find it pretty interesting now because what was the fake news? Now you are that.
Didn't I say it? I said it a month ago. I said, look, Trump indirectly, they couldn't make that deal. That deal wouldn't have gone through if it wasn't for Trump, the deal with Warner.
Of course.
He had to sign off on
because Netflix was leading the charge on that.
Right.
Yeah. So now they overpaid, paid over $100 billion. And now Larry Ellison, his son.
Everything y'all are talking about right now is a system that could and should and would be, if I was running things or people like with proper minds that were young running things, should be totally illegal. Okay. It's called monopoly and it's not okay. And we had a guy named Teddy Roosevelt and something called the Sherman Antitrust Act. We have laws on the books against everything that's happening right now. Right. And I find it interesting that we attack China and we attack Russia for their systems of government when we have publicly owned corporations, when the government, like the US military owns part of NVIDIA now. So like, explain that to me. How is that not communism or socialism by any other name?
Right.
Right. Isn't that wild?
That is. And the fact that we have foreign entities like China who own 400,000 acres of US land. Right. We can't go to China.
Shouldn't that be illegal?
It should be.
Right.
Yeah.
We can't go to China and just go buy fucking land. It doesn't work like that. You can't just go to foreign, even Thailand. What they'll do is they'll give you a lifetime lease, which is like 30, 40, 50 years.
Facts.
But you have to be of native blood, Thai blood, to even own over there.
Not here. Yeah.
I'm so grateful to get to come on shows like this and talk to
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
I just want to say thank you.
No, for sure. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I think it's much needed now more than ever because of what's happening. The 180s is happening and the things that we did vote for aren't going down. And they're saying that...
It's so disappointing, man.
It is,
Like,
right?
we just wanted to live in a good world, didn't we?
Yeah.
We didn't want more death.
We didn't want more death, no new wars. That's what we got. And the fact that now they're switching the goalposts, they're moving the goalposts where it, like we said, the fake news and all this other stuff, to where now the real news
Out the
is
window.
out their mind now.
Oh, no, the poll from CNN that says Trump is at 100%, Trump quotes that now, even though he said CNN was fake news.
That's
for
what
10
I'm
years.
saying.
It's crazy.
But
After the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, someone made a call to all the influencers and told them what to post. This is why we need Trump's ballroom. Thank God President Trump is building a ballroom at the White House. Even Meghan McCain is tweeting this. Tonight is one more reason for the new White House Trump ballroom. It's kind of crazy that the messaging isn't, we need better security. So what is so important about this ballroom being built? Well, it turns out they're not just building a ballroom, but a giant bunker underneath it. Even Trump has referred to the ballroom itself as essentially a shed to cover for what's being built below. Below is a massive underground military complex / bunker. And remember, this is privately funded in part by Peter Thiel, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg. As if Palantir, Peter Thiel's surveillance company, doesn't have itself embedded in enough of the United States. Now it's funding this, or whatever is going below. Since there seems to be such a coordinated effort to push building this ballroom, you have to wonder, what is being built below? And why is it so important to get it done now? As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
We all know that the Rothschilds are one of the richest families in the world. So there's a woman that came out and said that when she was a child, she survived one of the Rothschilds' hunting parties. You heard what I said? So I jumped down the rabbit hole. And there's a theory that says that the movie Ready or Not isn't just a horror movie. They're saying that this movie is loosely tied to a real-life elite family. And the name that people keep bringing up is the Rothschilds. Now think about the plot. A woman marries into a powerful and wealthy family, and on her wedding night, they force her into a deadly ritual to keep the wealth in the bloodline. Sounds crazy, right? But people are claiming that this concept didn't come out of nowhere. They're saying that this concept is inspired by true stories that happened with the Rothschild family. Allegedly, a woman survived something similar. Then you hear statements, allegedly from people connected to agencies like the CIA, saying the real shock isn't what's hidden. It's realizing who actually run things and understanding there's nothing that we can do about it. They say if these rituals aren't completed, everything collapses. Money disappears, power fades, the empire dies. So every generation, the same rules. So what they're saying is the movie Ready or Not Part 1 and the movie Ready or Not Part 2 is about the Rothschild. And when you start digging into theories around elite families, you keep hearing the same stories. Secret rituals, strict bloodlines, keeping wealth circulated within the same circles, generation after generation. Some even believe that's how certain families built their influences so deep. It reaches into the governments, banks, and global decisions. That ain't something you see. That's something you feel when patterns start lining up. So now think about it differently. Was Ready or Not just a wild horror movie or a symbolic warning about what might exist behind wealth that we don't understand? Pay attention.
So now it has been confirmed that there has been 13 deaths of these so-called scientists, these UFO experts, these people who spoke about aliens. It doesn't even matter. See, this is exactly why I teach discernment, right? When are y'all going to learn that all of this is a psyop? Especially when you have shows like The Breakfast Club, whose audience is primarily melanated, trying to get our attention and also our energy into this whole matter as well. And the reason why The Breakfast Club is talking about it is because we backed out of everything. Everything that has been going on with the world, with this terrorists, with these war, with the oil, right? We collectively backed out of it. We don't want nothing to do with it. So I need you guys to remember and realize that all of this is a psychological operation. Because what is an alien? What is an alien? Because they told us what the alien is, right? Like the ones who don't belong here, like the real aliens
You see? The real aliens, they're the ones who's telling us about the so-called aliens. Y'all see what I'm saying? Because if it's just only us, if it was just us on this realm, where did they come from? That's why when you break down the word alien, it's a lie in. A lie in. Even in China, they said they found 12 scientists dead in China who spoke about UFOs and aliens and all that type of stuff. A lie in. I said this before, that's why one of America's favorite movies is A Lion King. The reason why that is because we're living a giant lie. We really have people who don't even belong here dictating our lives and telling us what to do, how to eat, what to eat, how to drink, how to think. They are the lie that's in this realm. So much so that they want us to believe that they are real Israel. But it's really a lie in. Y'all get what I'm saying? It's really a lie in, bro. Y'all gotta see what I'm talking about, man. I cannot go too deep in here. But the fact of the matter is, the reason why these people are coming up missing is because the aliens were never real in the first place. All of this is a lie. It's a psychological operation. I've been telling my people, the one who've been following on YouTube for quite some time now, this is all a psychological operation. We are in a simulation, a video game. If y'all don't wake up and realize that these have been the real aliens on our land, bro, I don't know what to tell you. But the fact of the matter is, I've been said this was going to happen. Why? Because the lie is over. We're in the age of truth now, the age of disclosure. That's why all of this is coming down. The lie is over. They can't lie anymore. Y'all gonna see, bro. I'm telling you guys, the shit is here. Let me know what you guys think about it. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
You guys remember when I said that these are crisis actors and the world is a stage?
And you are, as you know, this man is ready to rumble, is he not?
He is ready to rumble. I will tell you, this speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
I'm here to tell you, this isn't the last you've seen of the coincidences with this. Do you really think that she happened to just say that there'll be shots fired and there were shots fired, but nothing came of it? And then they said that they killed the shooter, but then now they didn't. And they just took out over 15 of these scientists just in the US. And is it a coincidence that there's been at least 9 to 10 of the Chinese scientists that have been taken out that were working on hypersonic weapons and space defense, all of this elaborate stuff, right? And it's more coincidence that all the people tied to the Ancient Aliens show on History Channel, where they were exposing all of the different things between Area 51 and free energy, everything else, and you find out that the little security guard that was at Charlie Cook's little hoaxed out crisis that was completely generated by AI and everything else that they put on the world stage could just be actually not what you think it is. Tell you this stuff is all divinely ordained, like I've been saying for years, you guys. It is set up. They orchestrate this, and Lucifer is the conductor. So you can take it or you can leave it, just like he took her all the way home because she was so distraught from acting in this event. Or you can attack me in the comment section. Either way, I'll see you next time. Much love.
If time travel is a real thing, then I just wonder who has that technology. Because I would assume that if time travel were to be a real thing, then the government would have that technology. But then I also wonder about inventors and scientists. And then that made me think of Nikola Tesla. So in 1895, Nikola Tesla was doing high voltage experiments where he was able to experience the past, present, and future all at the same time. So to me, that makes it seem like Nikola Tesla may have actually been unalived because his work actually was tied into time travel. And I'm thinking that time travel is, based in free energy, but it's also based in anti-gravity. And I feel like what it really is literally a distortion of time and space. And that distortion is actually what causes someone, to gain the ability to time travel, to traverse through time and space and literally affect time and space and move through time and space, literally. And I feel like that's what CERN was doing when they were colliding particles. I feel like they were trying to create a wormhole that was able to distort time and space so people could travel through a portal and literally traverse time and like go to the past, go to the future, like get all their things. I feel like that would be a reason why like these scientists are missing, because they would be tied into all the things that go into time travel. Like it's not just anti-gravity, it's not just free energy. It's like all of these things tied in together actually create the ability to time travel. And I feel like that's why Nikola Tesla was taken off of this earth and all of his stuff was burnt down allegedly and all of his stuff was destroyed allegedly. Like I really feel like someone just went in there and took his technology and used that for time travel, and they've been using it to basically affect the timelines. And I feel like CERN is just an extension of that, where they basically are trying to do it in one space and, you know, throw these particles at each other so that they create a black hole or a wormhole where space and time is distorted, and then they can literally use that distortion of time and space to traverse time and time travel. Like, I feel like it's all interconnected. I don't think it was just one thing. Like, I feel like it's all interconnected. And it's all been for the ability of time travel. But I don't know that to be fact. But it just feels like there's something tied into time travel with everything going on. Like, I'm being so serious.
And I just want the anti-American, anti-Israel, anti-West crowd to understand something.
You're gonna have to come through me and millions of people just like me. And you're not gonna make it. You think your stupid little podcast, or your stupid little subscription program, or your little TV show, or maybe you have a little radio show, is gonna change the world like hell it is. Not if I and everybody else have something to say.
No, the most un-American shit we can do is be under occupation. The most American shit we can do is talk about it and get these motherfuckers out of our country. Remember, we have our Second Amendment to protect our First. Anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism. Fuck those clowns. My name is Static G. Follow me for more.
A UFO researcher that appeared on Ancient Aliens went on a live stream and he said that scientists are going missing and it's scary. He was gone 48 hours later. In case you've been living under a rock, the FBI is investigating right now why scientists connected to NASA and classified programs keep on going missing, and the number is climbing. Some people are saying 12, some people are saying 15, and now it is not just in America. At least 9 different scientists in China with ties to drones, space, and supersonic weapons have also been found under suspicious circumstances. Hello? His name was David Wilcock. A lot of people already know him. He appeared on Ancient Aliens on the History Channel and had over 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. Literally just 2 days before he was gone, he went on a live stream and he said that people are disappearing, scientists are going missing, and it is a little bit scary.
Frankly, people are disappearing, scientists are going missing. Now they're saying they're going to investigate this. The president himself is saying they're going to look into this and see if anything's going on. It's a little bit scary. I gotta say, it's a little bit scary.
And also, way back in 2022, he posted online and said, "I plan on living," which is the same exact pattern as Amy Eskridge. This is the scientist on the same exact FBI list right now who was researching free energy and aliens. A congressman actually just demanded briefings from the FBI, the Department of Defense, and NASA by April the 27th. That briefing is just a few days away, and there is a ton more to this story, so obviously let me know what you think, let me know what else you want to know, and make sure you add me so you can stay updated.
In this industry, what you must understand is, when you do sell your soul, you are allowed to live forever. And these people that are called youngins, like I was, had no idea that these people still live. They will prey, haunt, kidnap, anything to stay on top. This is their world. They have nothing but time, is what they believe. The art of exchanging spirits, trading spirits.
And then when they do die, they can move their consciousness from their decaying body, from their dead, body to a new clone of themselves. They can basically, they can harness and control and transport the informational bundle that is a soul from one piece of hardware to another, or wetware to another. They know how to do this, and this is why, like, in all the human myths about Apollo and Aphrodite and whatever, Zeus himself, these gods seem like they live forever. They always look the same, and whereas humans are, being born and dying generation after generation, these Nordics these gods always look the same, because first of all, their lifespans are thousands of our years per body, and then also they can move their consciousness into clones of themselves. So yeah, it's exactly as you describe it. It was done a very long time ago. And these are the people who manage us.
Erica Kirk officially mentions Candace Owens and the Drewski skit. So she dropped a long video today. I'm going to show you the clip in a second. But she was mainly talking about the White House dinner shooting and how she personally was fed up about a lot of the stuff going on social media, talking about Jimmy Kimmel's joke about Melania. And then she mentions the Drewski skit and how Candace Owens is talking about how Erica Kirk directly had something to do with the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Check this out.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on and on. One person made cruel jokes about the attempted murder of your loved one. That is what Jimmy Kimmel did to the First Lady. He said that she had the glow of an expected widow. The glow of an expected widow.
Take this with a grain of salt, but word on the street is Ghislaine Maxwell's getting out of the clink over Memorial Day weekend. This news comes from Celebrity Blind's website, Crazy Days and Nights, and it said it will happen late at night on a Friday. The word is it will be Memorial Day weekend that Ghislaine Maxwell will be pardoned and released from jail. The deal is that she will leave the country and go into hiding. Just last week on April 22nd, Reuters reported that the U.S. House Oversight members are divided on a Ghislaine Maxwell pardon, saying that some members are open to the possibility of a presidential pardon for Ghislaine if it would enable her to share more information about Jeffrey Epstein. And last October, when the DOJ questioned Ghislaine Maxwell about the Epstein case, President Trump did not rule out the possibility of a pardon. So, what do you think? Did Ghislaine make a deal behind bars? As always, let me know down below.
Wait, so y'all really thought that it was humans controlling this world? No. King Charles is in America. Ugh. Why do you think they keep speaking about UFO files? Once the population really find out who's controlling things, I guarantee they will not sleep. All these movies we were watching about reptilians, draconians, we say, shit, let's get our popcorn, let's get our hot dogs, let's watch. They're not movies. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. No man should bow to another man. But what if we are not bowing to men? Remember Queen Elizabeth? They said she passed away in 2022. That's a lie. She really passed away in 2019. Remember, it's all about the crown, and the word corona means crown. So when she passed away in 2019, they are trying to say that the coronavirus is the crown. The crown is being passed from her to our son. These people are not really people. I know it's kind of hard for people to understand this, but it's facts. Everything is about numbers. She passed away at the age of 96 or 69. Number 9, completion of a cycle. The number 9 represents endings, closure, spiritual wisdom, humanitarianism, and karma. Combined with 6 stands for home, family, nurturing, responsibility, unconditional love. 96 signals the important phase life is ending. If you really look at the world, nothing is the same. I mean, nothing. It just feels dead, like it was an ending. That's because it was. The crown got passed. Yes, it's all about the crown. They don't want to tell you this, but I'm about to tell you this. They are really playing chess with our spirits. Yes, these people sell spirits. Yes, these people eat our energy. Negative energy and positive energy. If you look at the chessboard, you see white pieces and black pieces. You don't want to be white. You don't want to be black. You want to be gray. Keep your energy. If you are gray, you don't play the game. They can't move your spirit around the universe. When you open this, you will start seeing this. But if you keep this closed, you will only see this. So-called elites that wear the crown, they come from the Draco star constellation. Let's just say they are pirates. They take spirits and they ship them throughout the universe. So the people that control this world, they come from Dracos. What they did was they took our spirits and sold it to another star constellation called Canis Major, the dog star. Just think about it. All the names you can give God, you give a dog. God is dog spelled backwards because they are trying to tell you that our God coming from the dog star.